Right, welcome back in to Rango Media's coverage of your Lotto Federation League fixture between Electronet, Gisborne Thistle and Taradale in the maroon, who have made a fast start here, but not as fast as the assistant referee's flag on the far side. Bringing you the coverage from, I believe it's Bondfield at Park Island in Napier. It's a new Thistle signing, Tarawhiti, on the ball now, taking the free kick. It's Jimmy Summerton having a go from distance as well. As Taradale look to bring the ball out from the back. Here's Nick Land, ever present for Thistle in the middle. A lot of new teammates this year. A lot of adjustments to make. That's Aidan Armstrong in goal. Another debutant for Gisborne Thistle. Summerton away on the left here, looking dangerous. Skips through one challenge. He can't get his crossover. Some keen speed, clean pair of heels shown at the back there. It's good first save from Armstrong and good recovery from Wānua. Still danger here for Taradale. That's through Luke Percyfish, I believe. Could be Liam, not quite sure. Defensive clearance from Avni at the far post there, who is in his second season with Thistle, but pretty fresh in terms of the setup. As the experienced Graham Healy in goal for Taradale sees that one over the byline. Wānua again tussling, gains position. That's Caden Manderson, fresh signing from Gisborne United, of course, did the pre-season last season with Gisborne Thistle and then went over to get some first team experience, you could say, with Gisborne United. Only young, of course, only just 16 now, so understandable. He might not want to dive in the deep end. As the coverage dips out, Park Island there. On the right now, it's Avni having a go from distance. Safe into the arms of Healy. Building now, Taradale. Couple of new additions in their squad from Napier City Rovers previous seasons. Of course, Napier City Rovers not entering a team into the Federation League. Manderson's throw looking for Summerton. It's fallen to Taradale in the middle. It's Percyfish again. Armstrong's out well to cut the angle down. Could be Percyfish, could be Ethan Clark. Numbers a little bit tricky to pick up on that far side there. Special welcome to PK popping up in that comment section there. Sorry, I had it on full screen, mate, so I couldn't see the full extent of the viewership. was once we figured out how to get the laptop on mute. All this modern technology that we have. Here's Somerton away. Picks the ball up on the edge of the area. He's got numbers streaming forward. As he goes, it's a good tackle from Jackson Haynes there. Looks like he's got the captain's armband this year for Taradale. Manderson having a go from distance, which is great to see. As we mentioned, a lot of, new season, new systems, new coach, new players. Happy to have the golden boot back in there, the number 14, you can see, Jimmy Somerton. Be looking to be the talisman this season, of course. It's all there with the right foot on the left. Wano looking to build from the back, has Thompson on his inside, nice and high, good to see. Manderson now. Could be Te Tairawhiti out on that left side. Look for the two of them to probably interchange across the day. Manderson's got plenty of good attacking traits. Yeah, so we'll see on the system, PK. We'll see on the way the players gel. Tam Kramer, the new coach for Gisborne Thistle, he's a real student of the game. Been involved at a number of levels across his time here in New Zealand. Proud Scotsman, Partick Thistle supporter. You can see Thistle goalkeeper Mitchell Stewart-Hill on the sideline there. Good to see he made the trip down with the lads. This one's picked up by Madsen in the middle there. Looks like a little check-up of personnel. We'll just bring my volume down so we can see if we can pick this up on the audio. Must have been very important. Perhaps there were more than one person standing up in the technical area, which the referees have had a hard word this season to keep an eye on. Well, picked up by Land in the middle there, but position's changed again to Taradale. For Ethan Clark now in the number 11. Alvney can't quite catch on to that one. Long throw from Hall into the area. It's half cleared by Wanoa. Wanoa, of course, a superstar of junior football growing up in Gisborne. Lineage through Richard Mulligan, former All White. Here's Somerton looking to get a challenge up over Healy. He's managed to get in the road of that one. And he's taken down on the edge of the area. But not with enough venom for referee Andy Parker, one would assume. Must draw blood for penalty kick, perhaps. His Wirepahe picks up on that one, but can't hold on to it. Travis White, good ball on the edge of the area. Somerton looks to let go on the right, but it's a good challenge. Imagined by Jackson Haynes, you'd imagine he's taken the key responsibility. And there in the number 4 is Ziggy West-Tiller, 15-year-old making his debut for Gisborne Thistle. Takes you back to the days of Nick Land himself, Alex McGregor, Mark Chucky Norris, all those names. Debuting nice and early for the Thistle. And Ziggy, of course, son of John Hill Jr. His grandfather's an All White. Good to see him taking the field for the Thistle. Good to see those generational players coming through of Gisborne City teams past, of course. And for Somerton at the far post, who's in position. Good clearance there by Brandon Josling, of course, former Gisborne Thistle player. Twanua again, looking composed, cutting one out after a couple of seasons in local football in Gisborne. Local second division football at that. Just shows the amount of talent that really is there. And you look for people that are wanting to challenge themselves and play at the highest level possible. And that's what's going to be required to get this team moving up through the leagues. Manderson now, looking like Percy Fish out there that he's just jockeying. A little bit of a WWF style manoeuvre there. Sees Thistle with the throw, not the free kick. Yeah, so in terms of league structure, PK, I think the cat's out of the bag just watching this attack for Taradale now, and it looks like a first goal for Taradale. It looks like Zach Madsen getting the plaudits there. It was just all a bit swift and quick there. Square ball came across the top of the area, and it was Madsen who had it at his feet. Got around Thompson by the looks of it and slotted in for an early lead for Taradale. Moving on, of course, from that though, and back to the chat about the Central League 2 for next season. So it'll be a league that doesn't have any reserve teams in it, which opens the door for the regional clubs. And in the Federation League this season, you'll see names such as Piringa and FC Western from New Plymouth, as well as New Plymouth Rangers themselves. Got Wanganui Athletic, of course, back in the league after their relegation from Central League last season. And the Palmerston North teams, of course, Marist, and the combination between Massey and Red Sox and Palmerston North End to create Palmerston North United. It's another dangerous one into the area. It's a great touch from Madsen again. Formerly Nape City Rovers player showing all his skills there. To answer your question, PK, nobody really knows who's going to get the spots. It'll almost be like a negotiation. There's not been any word of fixed spots available or highest qualifiers, etc. as the Taradale VO stalk almost gets cleared out. But you'd imagine that Capital Football will be wanting to get a good chunk of teams in there. Be interesting to see how Thistle responds to this. They've come off a loss at the same venue last weekend in the Federation Cup to Palmerston North United's reserve team, which I guess is mostly what used to be Massey's first team. But again, down on troops, just getting to grips with the idea of having to get back in the van. Of course, last season there were flights everywhere with the roads shut and all that kind of carry on. Charter flights down to Napier, couple of planes, Plenty of trust funding, which of course we all know you can't rely on. This year will be a bit of a hark back to the old days for a lot of the time. Just that one's landed up on the roof of the net. No concern for Armstrong on that occasion. Armstrong, of course, earning his place after some good performances for the Thistle youth and reserve teams last season, but he's challenged here again. It's Madsen. Good challenge from West Hill there. Thompson picking up some scraps in the middle. Gisborne Thistle, of course, celebrating their centenary season this year. Established in 1924, had the celebrations over Easter weekend. Well attended by past and current players. And all the teams in Thistle this season, as the cross comes over, Armstrong gets a hand to it. There's some confusion there with West Hill, who got up well to head that clear. As we're saying, all the teams wearing the same kits this season across all the grades for Gisborne Thistle. Good uniformity. Dangerous position there. That's well cleared by the Thistle, who have got no less than half a dozen teenagers in their 13-man squad today. One particular man in the middle wearing number 8 who's actually got children who are older and is in excess of double the age of half of his teammates. But you wouldn't know the way he darts around, that man. Wedebehay now, McVeigh in the middle. Good to see him back for Thistle this season. Man showing a lot of commitment, making the trips down from Ruatoria, where he's the community constable there. Thistle have plenty of shots to fire. And they've got a corner now. Looking like it'll be taken by Travis White. It's good delivery into the hands of Healy though, just a little bit too close to the keeper. Here's Madsen now, definitely a danger man. Underlap there. It's another good covering challenge. West Hill making a very good account of himself at this stage. It's across on another teenager and Jake Bryan there for Taradale, the number 4. Hall now. Madsen popping up everywhere. Good bit of tracking there from land to disrupt that. Somerton fouled. Chance to settle it for the Thistle. Halfway through the first half. Everything they get this season will be great experience for the young lads. Plenty of great signs for the future. Hear the voice of Jamie Dunning on the sideline there, marshalling his troops. Avni out here on the right-hand side waiting for the ball. Gets it from Thompson. Looking for land on his inside. Couldn't quite find him. Good bit of defensive work from Bryan. Wainoa looking strong again. Good sense of authority. Somerton under a bit of pressure from Ethan Clark there, and a big challenge comes in from Hall. Rode well by Travis White and gets up, doesn't complain. Anderson looking forward again, trying to McVeigh, and he's got it by default. Confusing bit of time delay on the whistle there, perhaps. But it's a free kick to the Thistle. Into the attacking third. It's McVeigh who's going to be standing over it. Every chance the whistle could be coming from the adjacent field here, but looks like they're over on the far side. Could indeed be Shrimpton Field. Bit of running repairs going in here. Referee Parker taking control of things, starting play again with the drop ball. Brought down well on the far side there by somebody in a blur. Looking like a... could be Madsen again. Either that or Ethan Clark. Difficult to separate on and off the pitch, of course, Percy Fish and Ethan Clark. Friends forever, so they say. There's Brian looking for a dangerous through ball there, but Thompson through the blur, maybe coming away with it. It's Aidan Jones on the ball there with a decent through ball, looking for Brian on the left-hand side. Dealt with by the Thistle defence. It's Land again coming away. Somerton on the turn, but his touch is loose. Straight back into the Thistle area. Again, dealt with in a very composed fashion by Jaira Wānua, who has looked very impressive so far. Armstrong with a cute little goal kick there. Just helped it on its way across the top of the box. Here's Taradale now breaking through on the right, bursting into the area. Shots across the face of goal. That's Avni in pursuit of Brian, who's won the ball from him. Looks to clear long. Hall, who brings that one under control and sends it straight back. Percy Fish wearing that one in the hip from Brian. Hall, rather. And a go from distance. Armstrong grabs it at the second attempt. So a little bit nervy at the back there, Thistle, with the three teenagers, of course, across the back four. Awkward deflection there for Thistle, resulting in the corner. Corner comes over, it's not met by any head, and we've got a free kick there for Thistle. Not too much argy-bargy, one might say. Thistle building now from the back through Wano. He's got West Hill on his inside. Found land in the middle. Looking to keep it in with Avni, who's overrun that one. Here's White working hard here. Badgering away at Thomas Hall. He's ended up with the ball, but the free kick's given away. Jackson Haynes asking for a bit of space. Impressive player, Haynes. Feel like he could and should go a lot further in the game. Shame to see him not used by Napier City Rovers where he came from. Definitely capable of playing at a very high level. It's Armstrong now organising his troops. Option 2 is right, elects to go long. Manderson under a bit of heat there, shows good strength. Avni picking up on that loose ball now. Avni of, well, Israeli nationality, of course. Something quite rare for the town of Gisborne. Thompson on the throw. Looks for Avni. That one's gone over his head. Haynes getting the free kick again. Percy Fish evades the offside trap on that occasion. He's got it on his favoured left foot, and it's a sprawling save from Armstrong. Doesn't mind a dive, young Aiden. Throws himself around, good to see, and he'll grow in confidence as he goes. And these will be the moments that he needs to belie his age. The former Campion College, now Gisborne Boys High School student. Good young sportsman, decent cricketer. They're looking to get those hands up in the air as Taradale look to heap the pressure on. It's a good defensive clearance from West Hill there. Here's Wedepahay, defending high. Somerton has that one for White. Knocks it back from McVeigh, who's found Somerton again almost. That one's cut out by Markram. Here's Avni engaging high on Hall. Looks to play the diagonal out the other side. Wedepahay shows good confidence in his goalkeeper there, who shows confidence in himself to play it around. Very 21st century goalkeeping from Armstrong there. So Thistle coach Tam Cromer, he'll be happy with the response from going down to a relatively early goal. Still plenty of time to go in this first half, and here's Wedepahay. That crossover, and White looks to spin, but it's a good defensive header from Thomas Hall. Thompson loses out on that one and loses the decision from the referee as well. Jones getting that one underway for Taradale. Again's got Madsen out on the right. Armstrong's clear, and it's a great touch from West Hill again. Key moment there on the goal line, just to deflect that one out for a corner. Armstrong, to his credit, he's got out well there. Managed to cut down the angle, made it so that Madsen didn't have it easy. And that's excellent covering from West Hill. Very good to see. Very, very, very similar to his father and grandfather, you'd have to say. Would have been hours at Anzac Park in his youth. And over, it's hit the deck. It's West Hill again, man on the spot, throwing himself around. Good block by Manderson there. Thompson's come away with it. Means that White's on the ball now. Looks to go up to Somerton, maybe a little bit too early there. Chance to build for Thistle, what they haven't. Here's Domain out on the left-hand side. Hangover from the corner there. He's attracted the offside flag. Here's McVeigh now sitting deep. Little free kick there for the Thistle. Take what you can get. You see McVeigh there, the captain for today for Gisborne Thistle. Taking a bit more control, sitting a bit deeper. You see Avni, the right back, is up very high on this right-hand side here, looking to start something. It's Somerton, the centre forward, who's dropped deep to get on the ball. His land turns inside when he might have been better off to go out, but he's wound up with the free kick. Allegations of proctology on the sideline. They're not giving Somerton any space at all, Taradale. They know that he's the key threat, but Somerton, being the player he is, will relish that extra attention. West Hill goes through the back of Brian there. There's Thomas Hall, about to take the free kick. You know it's Thomas Hall by the way he's got his name on his shirt, so good to see. Taking the option that was offered. Potentially a chance for a quick poll, perhaps, on what other players may have taken the opportunity to get their names on their shirts. Thompson under some close attention there, which has been enough to cause possession to be lost to Taradale. It's Ethan Clark conceding the goal kick on the other side there, to his mild dismay. Armstrong now settling things. One or in the right place at the right time there, picking up on that one. Here's McVeigh in the middle. Thistle perhaps looking a little bit one-dimensional there. Everything's going through that central channel on attack, and it's easy for Taradale to defend, and consequentially a lot of defensive pressure for Thistle to absorb. Good challenge from West Hill. It's done well. Thompson's kept that. He's then been flattened. It's Percy Fish looking to get around Avni. Showed a clean pair of heels to keep up with him. West Hill throwing himself into the challenge again. Really good defensive energy being shown by these young Thistle players. Looks like the team's working hard. It's another corner for Taradale, taken short this time. It's Brian getting the crossover. Good numbers in the middle there for Thistle. Really just managed to get it to Wiedepehe. Here's McVeigh now. Very distinctive gait on the ball. Looking for Somerton at that far post. And it's just about crept under Healy there. Goal kick taken short. Perhaps I'll advise it's McVeigh who's skipping away now. Got acres of space on the right-hand side. Room to cross, but only falling to the Taradale player. It's West Hill bringing that one down nicely. Put Wiedepehe away again. That's Land on the ball now, looking to shoot from distance. So Thistle again not without their chances here as we get into the closing stages of the first half, enjoying a bit of possession now. There's one or under close attention from Percy Fish. Thistle have built well here, and you got Somerton in space on the left. Will he look to cross? He's got Land inside, and White, who just needed to take that step towards the ball there. There's one or taken down. Coach Kramer here with a message for Thompson. Which is actually a message for Avni, which I highly rate. It's Somerton with the free kick, bouncing awkwardly in front of Healy, who's just managed to palm it down. Gets out well for the punch, the experienced Taradale stopper. 1-0 now. This will look to try and get something before half time. They'll have to be careful not to get caught on the break, and that one's going to be called offside there from Percy Fish, who won't agree and makes his point of having the finish anyway. Which was a good finish, to be fair. And probably a good call from the assistant referee on the far side there. It looks like Art Woodley Hanan. Could be Hanan. You never know with these things. Pronunciation and what have you. One has coughed that one up awkwardly. That's going to be another offside flag going up there. They just put it away again, and he'd be well advised to stop kicking the ball away after the whistle's going, and he might be getting himself a little yellow ticket here, but you'd imagine it's just a talking to. The referee will walk over to him. He'll say, I understand your frustration. I understand you disagree with the call, but the call has been made, and you're not to kick the ball away after the whistle's gone. And Percy Fishers, of course, is continuing to argue with the referee, which is going to do him no favours and basically just put some strain on the relationship that's completely unnecessary. And there endeth the sermon on that. Throw for Thistle on the left-hand side. Looks like it's Madison's hands that it's in. He's found Somerton in the area. Weetabahade covering well behind him. He's going right across the back to West Hill. He's got Avni, a nice little touch there for Thompson if he can get his foot in front of it, but it's cut out well by Jake Bryan. And it's Jackson Haynes, my favourite player, standing over the ball now. Clever little effort there, looks like from Ethan Clark. Nobody on the end of it. Looking for his footballing brother, Liam Percy Fish, of course. Still not sure whether it's Liam or Luke. Look for advice on that. Liam indeed. And a Puerto knee comes in from Thomas Hall. Former Gisborne Thistle player Adam Jones will be thrilled to see that. Good to see Jones turning up to the centenary last weekend. Popular man. Somerton getting belted there. Looks like Aidan Jones by the look of the flick of the hair and the headband. Not the biggest man, might do well not to throw his weight around. Somerton's up and on with it, a little bit of a wriggle. He'll be sure not to rub it. And you can think at this stage of the game, this one will be going straight to the far post. There's Thompson, using his shoulder to get the ball under control. Above the armpit, of course, in line with the guidelines. There's West Hill again in good position. He's gone under there to look for Somerton, who's rolled Jones well. Another agricultural challenge, this time from Zach Madsen. Definitely under some pretty obvious instructions to not let Somerton out of their reach, let alone their sight. Somerton on the ball again there. West Hill deciding where to go. Good level of confidence to carry there. He's got McVeigh, who's put White into the corner. Somerton in the area now, goes across the goal. It's a kick save from Graham Healy. Healy would be probably getting on around 20 years in goal for Taradale, to be completely honest. Unfortunately, your player registration system doesn't go back that far. Looks like Somerton taking the corner for Thistle. It's a Healy punch. McVeigh at the far post, and it's a Healy catch. He's celebrating his 41st birthday this year, Graham Healy. He'll have plenty more years to offer by the looks of it. A little bit of an awkward exchange there on that far side. Looked like McVeigh was trying to get over him, but he couldn't quite make it. Header from Wānoa there at the near post. It's gone as far as Bryan at the far. Avni just poking his toe at him. And it's the Taradale corner late in the game. Late in the first half, I should say. The game is but young. Brian now on the corner. Good protection coming in there for Armstrong. Little point blank effort for Thomas Hall by the looks of it. Goes over the bar. It could have been Aidan Jones, another man with the name on the shirt. Good to see, just in case there's any confusion, because they do have similar haircuts, Hall and Jones. Hall going without the headband, but just to avoid confusion, that's probably the reason they've gone for the names on the shirts. Slightly different sizes as well as we get to half time here. At Park Island and Napier, it's Electronet Gisborne Thistle 0, Taradale 1, and we'll see you back here in, let's say, 12 or 13 minutes. And we're back. We've made it. Our first half time of the season, and what a half time it was. Found out that paspalum is also referred to as crown grass, and if anybody knows how to eliminate it from the planet, that would be nice, because I don't know if anyone likes it. Benefits of the second half here, you'll get a much better look at Caden Manderson, who's just about to get on the ball if we can maintain the quality of internet connection. Perhaps just as well we didn't on that occasion though. It's Taradale looking to start fast again. That's Percy Fish across the face of goal, very dangerous. Looks like Brandon Josling's taking up a right back position also. I don't know how happy he'll be about that. After being, of course, one of Taradale's leading, if not the leading goal scorer last season. Other fixtures in the Federation League today, we've got the New Plymouth Derby, Rangers versus Paringa. And you've got the Palmerston North Derby, Marist versus United. Other one, of course, being Whanganui Athletic, if you will, versus FC Western. And an entire division between the two of them last season, so we'll see how that one works out as we see how the streaming pictures works out. Data coverage brought to you by Gisborne Thistle Club Secretary Eden Shollam's personal cell phone. Thank you to Eden for that. Manderson now again on the ball. Goes all the way back to Armstrong, who's just dribbled around one. Good composure there. Who then elects to go long. There's Aidan Jones on the ball now, under attention from Wedepahe. He's putting himself about. Slip ball there from Ethan Clark. Phantom whistle again, confusing matters. It's Clark now, looks like he has not evaded the offside trap. The flag goes up from young Oscar Lamb, you would think, on that near side. Manderson now coughs up possession on the inside. It's Clark who's about to receive it once we get back into the land of the coverage. Manderson keeps him going backwards, which is good defending there. And that indeed is an impressive sound delay. But at least the pictures are ahead of the sound. So potentially no spoilers, although my world's just been turned upside down by that whistle there. So the sound could be ahead, it could be behind. Look for clues to help us know whether that's the case. Wedepahe can't quite catch up with that one. Right, so we've heard the whistle from the potential little free kick there. Let's see what's playing out. Could, of course, be multi-layered here. We might have whistles from the game behind. No, there's no game behind, though, given where the pitch is. So it's a definite delay or advanced whistle. Good awareness from Lamb there, making sure play didn't continue with 2 balls on the pitch. Imagine it. Here's Land dropping deep to build. McVeigh on his inside. Good little interchange from the 3 of them. It's Wiri Bahia, nice reverse pass there, having Whites free on the left. Looks to go around Jacques Markram. And eventually we'll find out what happened. You've heard it was a great ball. But all we know is that it was from Travis White. Evidently drew a corner. White again puts over. That's Summerton up the far post. And some consternation. But you can't imagine it was over that exchange. So you'd say on the balance, Taradale would deserve the lead they hold at the moment. But Thistle are definitely in with a shout here. That'd be the free kick. There's a baby crying in the background. Never good to hear. Here's Percy Fish across the top of the area. Thompson looking to keep that one in, but can't quite do so. Said it a couple of times so far today, but it's really good to see the effort and the energy going in from the Thistle players here. Everybody's putting in a shift, showing pride in the jersey. That one's run out of play there by Percy Fish, who definitely did not come down with the last shower. Antics like that.
Squeeze up.
Taradale again right on top here. Manderson looking to wriggle his way out of trouble, but they're tenacious. The Taradale front 6, you'd call them. There's Summerton with the around the outside. Reach around, you could call it. And it's good to hear the tears have been exchanged for a game of peekaboo on the sideline. So we're looking for a gamble to be forthcoming here, as you can hear on the audio. Here's the long one. That's the gamble we'll be talking about. So that's an impressive delay. That's a good sort of 10 to 15 second delay, you'd have to say there. It's good to hear that PK's still listening in the comments section, and I can only imagine you're still listening now as we take in the sights. About to see what could happen with Zach Madsen there. Anderson set to track on the outside one or on the inside. As yet unsure of who that could be at that far post. Consternation in the studio due to resources. At Rangai Media CEO Shannon Dowsing on the plane back from Queenstown to sort it out. And you wonder if the coverage delay from the pictures has anything to do with the sound. Will it continue to stretch out? You wonder if Secretary Sholom's data cap has been reached. It's a real possibility. And you wonder if there's any potential sponsors out there. There's a couple of local internet companies who might be able to show us their best effort. Does their coverage reach as far as the Hawke's Bay? It's coming from a satellite, so surely it's possible. Does give us a moment, however, to acknowledge the continued support over a number of years that we had from Aotearoa Labour Hire, which has now been replaced with Electronet on the front. And you could be right, PK, could be in dire need of a reset down there in Park Island, but when the cell phone's strapped to the camera to give it the best chance of keeping in the coverage, we don't know whether that will come through. Is it worth touching it? Could be time to say something inappropriate just to turn it into at least some viral footage. So while we're waiting, I can bring you information on the team with the bye today in the Federation League to go with the fixtures announced before us, of course, Havelock North Wanderers, so it's good to see them back in the league. Is indeed a car starting out the back of the studio. That'd be Valatata, who came to get the resources that weren't quite available to him. But he's a resourceful man, he's solved that. So if we forecast a potential Central League 2 for next season, based on Capital Prem, if we can get the Tribap firing, which is proving a little bit difficult these days. You've got a new side, Te Tairawhiti, which is essentially Kapiti Coast United. They'll be looking to soar up that ladder. There's a round of fixtures that were completed last season. And if we can get it to load and head over into round one, we can tell you what happened last weekend. Upper Hutt City 3-2 over Tawa. Both of those sides will be looking to go up. Wellington Olympic Reserves ineligible by virtue of being a reserve side, but Te Tairawhiti, that's your third team. Seatoon will be the fourth, who had a 2-1 win over Petone, who will be ineligible, or Pito One, as I should perhaps say. Miramar Rangers and the Phoenix, another couple that would be arguably ineligible for the Central League 2. And then you got Lower Hutt in their post-Phoenix design with a 3-2 victory over Waterside Karori. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that theoretically should come from Capital Prem, and you'd think they probably would. So the initial forecast PK of the 4 teams is probably about right. So you would imagine, probably due to the relative discrepancy in strength between the 2 teams, it wouldn't be unthinkable to say that the top 4 from the 9-team Federation League for this season would go through. And you would also think that due to strength of player numbers and proximity and all that kind of carry on, that your Whanganui and both Palmerston North teams would be in the pole position to take those top 3 spots, and it'd be everyone else fighting out for that 4th. And you can only assume that they're all keen to do it, otherwise they wouldn't have re-entered the league this year. Got the tech crew working hard down at Park Island, but to no avail so far. See if we can get through a score update. But yeah, 9-team league, it's not going to be the 5 that go through. You wouldn't imagine they'd just leave one out of that Capital Prem. So the 6 and 4 would probably be the case. But it still leaves a reasonably strong Federation League for next season. If you can get those 5 ones come through and potentially try and convince another Napier City Rovers or Wanganui City perhaps, show a bit of ambition. The wonders of modern technology, we have returned. Good to see you, Amanda. The only thing we've got to keep an eye on is whether there's any indication of the score. Just make some contact with our people on the ground. That should let us know the situation that we face. Baby's crying again, which is not what we want to hear, but I think that if we look at some basic calculations, PK, you'd be the man for this. Is that game clock still correct? We work from 1 o'clock. We're currently 2:22. We started 3 minutes late. I think that game clock still would be correct. So we're 20 minutes plus stoppage time to go. We're a Thistle corner, which will be taken by Jimmy Somerton, which you might like to see the tall figure inside the area on this occasion. Healy's stepping out in front to try and get a free grab at it. Somerton's seen that and gone for the near post, which resulted in another corner. She doesn't get past the front man there, which looks like Haynes at that far post. Somerton dances around one, looks to go for the near. Got confirmation that it still is 1-0 to Taradale. Healy's gone for the long punt, which has gone over the head. Here's Madsen bearing down on goal. Armstrong leaves that near post open, which Madsen took the bait and blasted it wide. There's Wānoa on the ball now, got McVeigh in time to turn as well. Looks to spray on that occasion. And Lundlap there through to Jake Bryan, who's crossed across the face of goal. Good use of body from Wedepahe. It's Jocelyn now. Thompson thwarts his attempted cross. Manderson on the ball. He's looked to go long. A little nod for White. One's only fell at the feet of Thomas Hall now on the right-hand side, but so potential substitution for Taradale. We'll have to see how that plays out in the fullness of time. Got number 15 on the back, which of course is Cameron Patterson. There has been a substitution at least for Taradale. Just not evident at this stage who that was. Manson laying down, trying to exchange with Domain then, and good strength from Wānoa. McVeigh spinning around on the right side there. Somerton looking to get into the area, but it's a hard job to get past Haynes. He's got it inside. He's got McVeigh 6 yards out. It's a good block from potentially Jocelyn. And it all boils down to a free kick that Haynes has taken, searching for Jocelyn. Patterson, a number man with the name on the shirt. A meaty challenge from Hall there, who's ended up on the floor. Definitely the man who went into the challenge with more aggression than Thompson, so it's just unfortunate. That's Aidan Jones gobbing off in the middle, trying to look for something that's probably not there. Interesting to hear that kind of protestation, given the challenge that was put on Somerton in the first half, so glass houses and all that. Perhaps suggesting that Thompson, the thug, might have raised an elbow or something of the like, but I think when someone comes flying at your knees, the arms sort of go up to brace yourself for the impending fall, do they not? All seems okay. Spotted another shirt name there. We've got Josling, we've got Domain. Good to see. They might want to get them a bit bigger next time, though. Or perhaps a floating banner above the heads. And so that's somehow resulted in a free kick to Taradale. Now Madsen on the right looking to square the ball through. One was in good position to cut that one out. And White's in good position to get a tackle on his old mate, Brandon. TK's Weedefer Hayes gone around one there. Well, Somerton looks to dance and manages to get the touch and ride the challenge. He's burst into the area. He's taking on Haynes now. He's free on the left. It's a lot of magic from Somerton, that wizard of a left foot. It's a good attempt at the fast stick there by Avni, who was in a great position. Drove his shot low, but blocked by the Taradale defence. It's that moment of magic that Somerton's well capable of. His land on the edge of the area as a go from distance, and that one's just outside Healy's near post. Sounds like a substitution in the offing for Gisborne Thistle. You're hearing Avni and Thompson's names mentioned. Question remains whether it's young Gavin Durr, another 15-year-old looking to come on, or somebody who's a bit more than 15 in Daniel Fedor-Venema. There's your answer. Durr at least is on in the 17. Player with stacks of talent. Nice left foot, tidy little player. Grown a bit in the last 12 months, so big enough to be playing the level. Really good to see Thistle with such a young squad and a young squad of men looking to travel away. So it's Thompson who's come off, but also Venema. So Avni and Thompson making way. Venema's on into the middle. Looks like Weedefer Hayes gone across to the right. Taradale have snuck through, and it's a second goal, which can tend to happen when you look to change the defensive structure. Not a whole lot of celebration. Almost as if the Taradale players were waiting for a flag or something of the like. A little bit grainy on the coverages makes it difficult to figure out who exactly the goal scorer was. But the result is a 2-0 lead to Taradale. Thistle with a little bit of a mountain to climb now. After that rejigging. It's Wedepa Hay playing on the right-hand side now. Dan Venom is playing at left back. Gavin Durr here free on the left and in a great position to get the ball. He's just going to need to hold his run. McVeigh spotted that. Gone to Summerton on the right, who couldn't catch up with that one. He's now fouled Jackson Haynes. He's gone long. And in more positive news, it seems that the picture versus sound delay seems to have sorted itself out. So silver linings all the time. So the Thistle, have they got a response in them here? He's drawn Healy out of his goal. Summerton gets on top of that one. I've found myself trapped in a vacuum of the Tribe app. Good reminder for the kids to stay off the phones. Just seeing if any live scores to update you with, but bear in mind the other games have not even started in the division. This one, of course, the earlier 1 o'clock kickoff time, which allows Thistle to get back at a reasonable hour. Not an arduous trip to Napier, of course, though. Well track there from White, who's kept it in. Getting a good touch on the ball there to exchange with Manderson. Looking like Manderson stayed at that left back, so Venom are playing in the middle and perhaps West on the right hand side with Wedepa Hay above him, which makes sense. There's Leon Lissebach, or Liceback, depends how it's pronounced, depends on the cultural connection, you could say. We know his first name's Leon and we know he's about to come on. Percy Fish has squared that one for Jake Bryan. John Armstrong's come right out, but it's a great finish from Jake Bryan. Give Taradale a 3-0 lead. He's rocketed that one into the roof of the net. Armstrong's done everything he could to come out on that occasion. It's a great goal for the young 17-year-old Taradale High School student. Taradale looking comfortable now, hands on hips for the Thistle. And you would think with probably around 10 minutes left, it's now a case of Thistle looking to take something away from the game. It's the triple substitution for Taradale, clearing the benches. Darren White coming on as well as Oscar Sherritt. So Taradale throwing the youngsters into it now. Sherritt, of course, a 26-year-old signing from Havelock North Wanderers. Perhaps told he might not get a go at the first team this season. So Thistle just looking to compose now. There's your 14, Darren White, getting some touches in at the back. Off Healy. So that wind gets up in Park Island. So Land having a go from distance, but mildly skew width on the shot. Healy nonchalantly collects it and takes his time over the goal kick. Here's Summerton now still throwing his weight around up top. Thistle bench is cleared, of course, though, so you don't want to throw too much weight around. It's a great ball to the fast stick, and we'll see if Durr can catch up to that one. Just a little bit too much to ask on that occasion. Bleach blonde lid of Josh Ratcliffe trying to get that back on the right-hand side for Taradale. Here they come marauding through again. Wānoa reacts quickly to not allow Patterson another chance. Well, I guess it'd be Patterson as the scorer on that second goal. Understated demeanour. White looking for a flick, and Jolson goes for the up and under. Sherritt looking to make a difference here for Taradale. Slightly overhit on the cross. Now just that body language from Thistle now looking a little bit more dejected, tired legs. First league game for a good portion of this squad. Only sort of 3 or 4 players, well, 5 including Thompson on the side, returning from last season's squad. That's including White in that, who had a bit of a season off with the youth team. Here's Summerton now, though, bearing down on goal. He's got Haynes in pursuit. He's all by himself. He's going to have to try and beat both. It's really good defending again from Haynes. Just shows his quality to put a player of Summerton's talent and threat well in his control on that occasion. And I think your 3-0 is probably a little bit unfair on Thistle. Not without their chances. As PK stated in that comment section. But just probably lacking a bit of organisation and composure. Tough with a new team coming together. Young faces, couple joining late. Manderson, of course, only signed last week. And some very young players. Like we said, a good, genuine half-dozen young teenagers, 15, 16, going on 17 years old. And that's to the credit of the youth system at Thistle from last season, of course. Matt the Asset Harvey putting in God's work to get these kids willing for senior football, which is half the battle with the geographical isolation. As Jones underhits that one, Sweeter Hay with the ball at his feet. to West Hill. Still another couple of players to come in for Thistle yet. A little bit of experience potentially as well in Dave Ewer. You've got David Salmon currently overseas. Won't disclose the location for privacy reasons. The loss of the experience of Taradale back to Spain this season. I'm sure he's watching this live at home. And young Matt Hills to come in as well. Exciting young player. Also did the pre-season with Thistle last season and spent the year with Gisborne United. Bodes well for Gisborne Boys High School football, of course, with all of these young players coming through them, attending there at the moment. Armstrong out well to collect that one. So in summary, a solid spine for Thistle here. Just need some of the parts around it to come together. West Hill for mine's been very impressive at the back today. And one, or of course only 22 years old himself. There's Taradale looking to turn the knife or the screws, depending on how you look at things. Durr coming away with it. Under pursuit from Ratcliffe. It's a free kick to Thistle there, a little bit aggressive on Somerton. Given for the earlier one, perhaps by the looks of the depth of the free kick there, which is not amounted to much, but it's Thistle still plugging away. There's Land looking to roll on the outside. Anderson looking for Land on that occasion. He'll get a chance at doing it all over again. Looking for the run of Somerton, just not enough length on the throw. There's Wānoa with a little bit of space to decide what to do in the middle. And Anderson now the one with time to think. Working with Durr, showing those tidy feet to hold position. McFay looking for the outside of the foot, but that's still falling through to Wānoa. Good challenge there from Oscar Sherritt. And a great drive from distance from West Hill. Straight to the palms of Healy on that occasion though. Plenty of positives with Thistle. You're playing a Taradale side who's been together a good few years by now. Some experienced campaigners in there. Guys who know each other's game inside out. Plenty of good things to look forward to. Greetings, David, sire of Josling. Can't remember back that far. It was early in the game. I'm going to say it was Zach Madsen being the first goal, but you can scroll that Rangai Media coverage right back and you'll be able to watch it for yourself. It's full time here at Shrimpton Field at Park Island. It's a tough one on the scorecard for the travelling team, but plenty of good things to look forward to, plenty of things to build on, including the first home fixture of the season next week at Childers Road Reserve. Thanks from Rangai Media for joining us today. In summary, you've got Taradale 3, Electronet Gisborne Thistle 1. See you next time.